A police chase in Moline ends in a deadly crash, with the passengers of a stolen car being charged with this morning.
And a suspect in multiple bank robberies is now in custody, where police caught who they're describing as a serial bank robber.
WHBF is local for you. This is Local 4 News this morning.
Good morning, everybody, on this Thursday morning. I'm Redrick Terry.
And I'm Alexandria Ikomoni. Thanks for watching Local 4 News this morning. A police chase last night ended in a collision, killing an innocent bystander. It's this morning's top story. Police say a stolen van ran a stoplight at 16th Street and John Deere Road. Then it collided with another car. The two people inside that car were taken to Unity Point, Rock Island, and the female passenger later died from her injuries.
Two men ran from the stolen van, and a woman driving was injured and arrested at the scene. One of the men was taken into custody shortly after, and officers chased the other through a nearby neighborhood. We were the only station there when officers found him hiding in a shed at 39th Avenue and 15th Street. All three suspects now face charges of possession of stolen property, fleeing from police, and reckless homicide.
Police believe they've caught the man suspected of recent bank robberies in the Quad Cities area. It comes after, they say, he was at it again. After holding up a bank yesterday morning, he led police on a high-speed chase. 31-year-old Roman Lloyd of Rock Island was arrested on charges of robbery and aggravated fleeing. He's now in the Scott County Jail.
Yeah, this video captured the moment a Davenport police car caught up with Lloyd, who then lost control and wound up in a ditch. It all started around 10 yesterday morning when police got called to a bank robbery at the Alexandria Credit Union in Moline. Police found Lloyd a short time later, who then took off when they tried to stop him. Officers chased him through the Quad Cities, crossing over the Centennial and I-280 bridges. He eventually surrendered near the I-280 bridge in Iowa. Moline Police Detective Mike Griffin tells us different law enforcement agencies work together to catch him.
That when a series of things like this occurs, that the Quad City law enforcement is going to pool our resources together. It's not a Moline thing, it's not a Rock Island thing or a Downport thing, it's a Quad City thing, and we're going to work together and resolve it just like we did today.
That Alexandria Credit Union branch closed for the day after the robbery. It'll reopen at its normal time this morning.
A change could be coming to traffic cameras in Iowa. That's after a group of House lawmakers voted for a bill, and it would make changes to how traffic cameras are regulated. Right now, automated traffic cameras are ticketing drivers who speed. Senate members voted yesterday to ban traffic cameras, but House members have their own version of regulating the technology that would still catch thousands of speeders.
In many forms, you're robbing Peter to pay Paul and scooping dollars from local police and fire and EMS services and then taking them to the state and appropriating them to another public safety cause. It seems silly and also not well thought through.
We want to keep the discussion alive. We don't want it to die right now, because essentially if we die right now, the only option that's out there is the Senate bill, which is a ban.
Well, how much money would be at stake if cities across the state had to turn off their traffic cameras? Des Moines collected $3 million from traffic camera revenue. Sioux City has traffic cameras too, and they're collecting more than $1 million. In Cedar Rapids, they're pulling in more than $4 million as well.
Well, for weeks, thousands of Quad City students have been preparing trees to help distribute for the spring season.
This work is part of a partnership with the environmental nonprofit Living Lands and Waters. This morning, students at Edison Junior High School in Rock Island will be helping with that cause. Local 4's Andrea Medina joins us live in our studio. Andrea, how exactly will they be able to pitch in?
Redrick, Alexandria, good morning. It has been a 3-week project in the making, and this is the home stretch. The Living Lands and Waters mobile tree wrapping unit has hit 10 schools and have moved through elementary, middle, and high schools in the area. Today, students at Edison Junior High and Rock Island will be participating, and tomorrow, Rivermont Collegiate in Bettendorf will literally wrap up the project. Students are tasked with wrapping oak tree saplings in wet newspaper, then bagging and tagging the little trees for distribution. As they're staying busy, several teachers will talk about how trees increase biodiversity, provide habitat and food source. But the biggest lesson is the value of giving back without expecting anything in return.
But also learn just about giving back to their community. Planting more trees is great for their local communities, but just giving back to local nonprofits that are helping to benefit the area is also a good service opportunity as well.
Living Lands and Waters hopes to distribute 100,000 trees this spring. The majority will stay in the Midwest, and about 36,000 of those trees will stay within a 60-mile radius. Guys.
Andrea, thank you. Moline could become the first of the Quad Cities to start taxing its Airbnbs, but one local host fears it would send his guests elsewhere.
Hotels and motels pay a 7% tax to the city. Last year, it generated about $1.7 million for the city. Moline's finance director estimates adding tax dollars from Airbnbs and other apartment rental sites could bring in another $30,000. Local 4's Grace Runkle has those details.
It'd be devastating.
Josh Downey and his mom make about $1,000 a month renting out their top floor apartment through Airbnb.
It's huge. It's really helped me to stay afloat.
They've opened up their doors to business travelers, BMX racers, and
somebody stayed here because they were adopting a baby too.
But Downey worries that could all change if he has to pay the hotel motel tax. He would be losing about $70 each month.
I'll have to raise the rates or I'll just make less money. You can only tax so much, and then people are going to look around to other options. If it's not affordable or a good value, then they'll just stay at a hotel.
Moline's finance director, Kathy Carr, says the tax would level the playing field because the hotels already pay it. Carr estimates there are about 10 to 15 Airbnbs in the city.
They're not going to create that much revenue if there's only a few people doing it.
Carr says the revenue from the tax would be a small drop in their $140 million budget, but with sales tax revenue down and extra expenses from a harsh winter, she says the city needs all the money it can get. Downey says so can he. That's why he wants the city council to say no to the tax.
I feel like it's going to happen anyway. I wish it wouldn't.
That's Grace Runkle reporting. And Carr says she's been speaking to other cities who started taxing Airbnbs. She says none of them reported any of them having to shut down. City Council will take their first look at the tax next Tuesday. Meanwhile, it's just about 6:09 now on this Thursday morning, and we are feeling great after yesterday. What a beautiful day outside it was.
Honestly, it was just beautiful. I enjoyed it, spent some time outdoors, and this morning, honestly, was not bad at all either. Just coming out with a light jacket or no jacket if you're Ash and Redrick here, but I definitely did enjoy the weather that we had yesterday and coming into this morning. Ash?
Yeah, for sure. I wore a little bit of a light rain protector, but even that was kind of hot, so, just carry it if it's really that
exactly.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's a very warm start for us. I'm loving every second of it. Really, it's been comfortable yesterday. This morning, a nice calm start for us. We do have the river levels are really high, but other than that, no major hazards in the forecast again today, so enjoy it. Temperatures right now about 10 to 15 degrees above where they were this time yesterday, so starting out in the mid-upper 40s, some of us the lower 50s, 52 in the metro area, 44 in Galena, 50 in Geneseo. Cloud cover is making its way in here today. We might see it spit a little bit outside today, just some drizzle, some sprinkles, but the more scattered shower chance comes in overnight, especially for folks south of I-80, and then more widespread rain by tomorrow. Temperatures will peak today in the lower 60s once again, so right back into the money. 62, that high temperature for us with isolated rain, and then tonight we're going to fall back down to the 40s with scattered showers making their way through, and it's going to be a soggy couple of days starting tonight, so have to get ready for that, but otherwise just very comfortable.
Very comfortable indeed, even with the rain, like you said. Rain needs a little jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You'd be cool. You'd be cool, yeah. You said carry it. Can you tie it around your waist? Is that
there
a
you
thing?
go. Yeah,
yes.
It's definitely coming back.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
Right, Ash, thanks.
Coming up, a cute little kitten wants to be a part of your home.
Oh, meet him next in our Pet of the Week.
Time now 6:10. You're watching Local 4 News this morning.
WHBF is local for you with Redrick Terry, Alexandria Ikomoni, and meteorologist Ash Simpson. This is Local 4 News this morning in high definition.